Hi, I'm Josh Campbell, CEO of Worth Media Group here in Davos with Steve PAGLIUCA. Steve, thanks for joining me today.
Great to be here.
So you're not a newcomer to Davos. How many years now?
This is my 18th year.
18th year. How have you seen this week, the WEF annual meeting change over those almost 2 decades?
A huge change. It started out very small and very academic, and now it's turned into a global event with world leaders and industrial leaders and tech leaders all coming to the same place. It's, as you know, it's wild.
Yeah, it's that combination of from celebrities to executives. It's amazing who you meet sort of on the promenade. So you had an amazing career from Bain to talk a little about what you're doing now. Talk a little about sort of the work you're doing with Harvard and the Life Lab.
Well, I stepped back from Bain about 2 years ago, and basically I'm still helping them a little bit, but our family office is building a lot of, I think, hopefully enduring institutions. So we helped start the Harvard Life Lab, which is a state-of-the-art biotech lab that any Harvard student can use to start businesses. They've already started up 60 different biotech businesses and raised $500 million of capital coming out of that facility. That got me to thinking maybe there's another model we could again build therapeutics and biobusiness out of. If we raise capital and set up an institute, maybe modeled after Bell Labs. You remember Bell Labs put out incredible research and development. And so we brought about 50 or 60 scientists together. It's funded by people like Jim Breyer, Michael Dell, myself, Michael Chambers. And we brought these scientists together and built a beautiful lab in Cambridge. And their charter is to take the best demonstrated practices of what they learned in universities, what they learned in pharma. We have no fundraising necessary, just do the work and try to discover incredible drugs using AI and using the latest biotech technologies and latest labs. So we're very excited about that. It's called Arena Bioworks.
So you're creating IP. Talk a little about sort of this idea of it's for profit but for good.
Yes, the mission is to really use modern science to rapidly develop therapeutics to help people, and the scientists we have that mission paramount. But is also set up almost like a venture capital firm where the scientists will all participate in the companies that come out of there. And that really creates a team environment. In a university, things are siloed. Pharma companies, things are siloed. But our expert on AI can work with our expert on cancer, and they can work together, and they'll all get a certain percentage of the companies that get spun out. So it's a really great economic team model and makes people cooperate and work together. And we really try to shut all the barriers down in traditional science.
So you mentioned team a couple times. Obviously, you're owner of the Celtics. Talk a little about what you're doing with them in the community.
Oh yeah, when we bought the Celtics, we quickly realized it's not just a basketball team. As Red Auerbach said, the Celtics is not a basketball team; it's a way of life, and it is a way of life. It can do amazingly good things in the community. So we formed something called the Boston Shamrock Foundation, which is out there with our players and with our fans, raising money and primarily helping kids. We also recently started Boston Celtics for Social Justice, and that's been an incredible thing in the community where we're out there fighting racism, helping with equity in healthcare. We're working on bills to change the age of incarceration in Massachusetts, and it's really galvanized our players and staff, and we're all out there in the community trying to make those kinds of things happen. Sports is fantastic at pulling people together and pulling them in the right direction for good.
Well, Steve, thanks for joining me today.
It's been great to be here.
Yeah.